Okay, we'll try this one more time. My phone wasn't working right, so I turned around and touched something in it, so I have to start all over again. And it looks like my mouth isn't keeping up with my words. Um, but anyway, I was over at the Beaver Creek Park, and I had brought my tripod along because you never know when you're going to come up with an idea as a content creator, and always trying to make your work better, your whatever it is your career is, whatever it is that you're um, intending to do. I am anyway. I'm always trying to make it better. So I figured I'd uh, do a little walk around by the creek, and I brought my tripod along, and I always try to be prepared. Well, I was going to show you my cute little dress, which I still got to lose some weight, and I've got to get some exercise going, but that's not possible yet. Not the kind of exercise I need to do uh, to to get the toning going on in my body that I'd like. So, but I have lost some weight, but I wanted to show you this cute little dress, and I was going to. That's why I brought the tripod, but that didn't happen. Things, how circumstances and how your mind goes and stuff, and um, different things pop up in your mind and things. And but I got a whole I I got so many cute little dresses that uh, dress just right. Like if I had a sweater on right now, which it's too hot for a sweater, and had a cute little sweater on and stuff, then you really wouldn't notice, and I wouldn't notice the flab on my arms um, at least was until I can get it a little bit better. But if I had a cute little sweater on, which I have plenty of cute little sweaters I could have put on, but I didn't. And I basically my my idea is to let people see that we can dress cute, we can dress the way our personality is with very, very little money. And this dress that I have on right now costs $4.50, and I got it at the Goodwill store. And I finally got them all washed up. Took to the laundromat, and it cost me like 15, maybe $20 to get everything all washed and dried. And so, but anyway, I wanted to do that, and that didn't happen. So, went on down to Calcutta and went to McDonald's and got me a, a large Coke. But I guess what I basically really wanted to discuss today, and I hope you all join in and discuss this with me, and maybe the issues that pop up in your life. Um, when do you know? When do you truly, truly know deep within you that it's time for change, time for you yourself personally to evolve? Although the world is evolving around us, and I know a lot of people don't see it that way because the administration and what it's doing, and you got all these different people with different perspectives on how to help humanity grow, thrive, provide for themselves, and different things like that. Because like I said before, there's over 8 billion perspectives on this planet, and everybody sees everything different. Her own little world is right here. My own little world is like a bubble, my oar. However far my oar goes out, that's the reach of my realm. And what I do in my realm, whether it be good or bad, is what I'll have in my little world. So I got to be very careful with what I speak and what I think about, and don't let random thoughts come flying in and just go act on it, because I used to do that in my younger days. In fact, I was thinking about that earlier. Because, I say, well, I wasn't a very good mother, but I did keep a roof over the kid's head and different things like that, kept them fed and stuff like that. Not the best in the world, but, I wasn't an intentional thinker. A lot of us aren't taught to think intentionally and just don't go with any thought that comes within our head. And I always told everybody after I got older and understood a little bit more, I'm dumber than a box of rocks way back when. And they don't teach us in school to critically think, to don't think with whatever. Don't take that first thought that comes in your head. If it don't sound good, throw it out. We can sit and think intentionally. Not every thought that just comes in there and then goes with it. That to me, that's like helter skelter. Go everywhere, because I'm thinking I'll go over there and pull that limb off of that tree. Things like just stupid, or I'm thinking I'll go over there and I'll flirt with that guy, or a man, or I think I'll go over there and wrestle that bull that's in that. Now, when we were young, and the Bible does talk about that, I used to think like a child, but now I don't. But a lot of people still think like a child once they get to be an adult. In other words, what they mean by that is you're not purposely thinking. You're just thinking like a child would, whatever comes, And until you notice that and understand that, then when you do get older, then you can think more like an intelligent adult human being that's not thinking like a child. So, but anyway, how do you know in your life when it's time for a change, an upgrade, declutter, a new place to live, a new way, a new style? How do you know when it's time to evolve in your little sphere? Well, the reason why I come up with that is because I took a shower today. I'm trying very hard, along with I'm still evolving my camper and trying to create a more sustainable, a more flexible for me to be able to do everything that I want to do as an adult. As an 81-year-old woman that still wants to live life, but at this point in time, I have a few um, um, inabilities to do certain things. So I'd like to be able to take a shower every day, which, first of all, it's not really good for your skin, but that's beside the point. I would like to be able to take a shower every day. Now, when I had a job, I got up every morning, took my shower, looked my best. I felt good about myself and went to work. And that was in every morning, every day. And I want to get back to that because I feel my best when I'm clean. And when I feel like I look good to me, I don't care what anybody, but well, I do in a sense, in a way I do, but I feel like if I look good to me, then I can be who I really am. I can be Joyce, Joy, Joyce Marie, and Walker. Now, I chose that name because that was one of my married names. And I've had a lot of that. I grew up with uh, Gorby, which that was my stepdad's name, which he never adopted me, so I was never a Gorby. My last name was Hardman, Hardman. After I was able to use that, then I went from there and got married. I was a Stanley, and I relate the name Stanley to the Stanley tools work, Uh, and then I went from there to Escura, Spanish. I love to say that. I love to say that. And then I went from there to Walker. No, every time I got a divorce, I had the opportunity to take back the name that I had before, and I went back to Stanley at one time for my kids' sake. And then my very last divorce, which I took back Walker because I liked that. I was going to criminal justice studies at the time, and Walker, I associated that with Walker, Texas Ranger. I feel much stronger and more confident with that name. I know a lot of people. Well, what's it? Well, you'd be surprised what words, how words, and that affect your thoughts and your overall being. But anyway, I digress. So that was what I evolved into at that point in time. And very strong-minded and out on my own after that, went to college, moved around, went to Arizona by myself. Then of course, and then me and my brother and sister moved to Florida, and then I ended up down there by myself, and so now here I am. I'm still by myself, and I did have a little bit of a relationship for a while, but with my independence and knowing all the red flags about things now, I knew it wasn't going to work for me. But I live in my camper now, and I've been trying to make it work with all the attributes of a home, a cozy home that will supply me with everything emotionally and physically and mentally. And of course, you all know I had that knee surgery, but I still have the other knee, and it's still going to be at least another 6 months before I got the full capacity back for the other leg. So I can't do a whole lot of hardcore exercise. But anyway, I got up and took my shower this morning, and man, it was a lot of work. It's not enough room in that bathroom. Here it is. It's a camper. It's a camper bathroom, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm very glad that I have a bathroom. I'm very glad that I have a shower, but it's okay just to get the dirt off, if you know what I mean. As far as the commode goes, it's okay to do your business, flush it out, and a little sink there. All that stuff's good enough for camping. and it's good enough to get the dirt off. But if you want more out of life than just rinse the dirt off, then you're shit out of luck, because it's so much work, and especially if you're not no thin little thing like I used to be, it's hard to get around in that little tub, that little area. And everything's all cramped in there. So when you do get out, you know, the room for the towels, room for the everything that you need to take care of your womanly body. But seeing as I am a little extra heavy than what I used to be, and the tub itself, you can tell underneath it that it's sagging, and when you step in a certain way, then it kind of feels like it's falling through, if you all know what I mean. And then of course there's my legs and my heavier body that's trying to get around and trying to wash my hair and trying to wash my body, and then of course, and then you've got the fallout of the water that's might, even if you don't have the shower curtain in proper enough, you've got water that's going to run out in my trailer slanting, and it's going to run out that way. And then when you step out, which you got to be very careful, I got to be very careful, and anybody else that has to be very careful of getting out, that you don't slip and you don't fall, and your legs are very hurting and stuff. So it's very constricting. And so I guess what I'm getting at is I'm in a position now where even though I'm 81 and there's people around me that are leaving this planet that are younger than me, I still have life to live. I still have a career I want to accomplish. And I think part of it is YouTube. I think that part of it is that I want to be an inspirational speaker, learning how to speak and do a good job and be able to articulate what I'm trying to say to people to get them to understand. I want to be professional. I want to um, relate to people that we can do it. You know, that type of thing, that no matter what situation we're in, we can do it. Okay, I've done it. I'm in a camper, and there's still some things that needs worked on, and as far as my bedroom goes, and I'm boxed in with those like a camper does, I finally said enough so far. Is I made sure that both sides have nothing on them, except Sassy's on one side, but she's kind of underneath that uh, closet, so to speak. Her bed's under there. So I took everything off from around it, so that if my blankets, I want to throw my pillows off to one side on the floor, I can do that. So I have plenty of room. And then nothing on the other side that's going to prevent me from getting in there and making my bed. But I mean, I still have a little bit of issues with it. But now here's the bathroom. I want to evolve to a higher status in my living arrangements. And how do I do that? Well, okay, I'll try everything first. I will start eliminating what I don't need in there all the time. I don't need my towels in there. I don't need every ounce of toilet paper in there. I mean, all I need in there is when I'm ready to go in there shower, is to take the stuff in there that I'm going to shower with, which I do have a spot for my shampoo and my body wash. It's already there. But anything else, I don't even need that in there, like my meds and stuff like that, ointments and stuff. I don't need that in there. So that when I get home, I'm taking that out and finding another home for them so I can eliminate stuff that's in my way. I found that out also in my where I get dressed. I got my office and where I dress and all my clothes in there too. So I can find out. I found out that some things I need to eliminate. Maybe one so far, and that's a little heater. I can't have it where it's at. So when do you know when it's time to evolve? Because I know when I want to go higher, when I want better, when I need better. I don't want to lay back like my extended family. My son-in-law's dad just gave up a while back and quit walking, quit exercising, quit, and now he can't walk. He has to be hoisted, and now they've got him back in the hospital, thinking about putting him on hospice because he can't. Has a hard time swallowing, and he aspirates. Can't use a straw, and they asked him, did he want, so we don't know the answer. We don't know what he chose yet. So, and of course, in my ex-husband, he put himself in hospice because he got weaker and weaker and weaker. And of course, and once he got to that part, then he gave up. I'm not about to give up. If we believe that there's a creator of all of us, if any of us believe it at all, that the creator takes care of us, which a lot of you call God, but I don't call God because he's the ultimate creator. Because humanity has made many, many gods out there. Satan himself, Lucifer, whatever you want to call it, made himself a god of this world. So there's many gods out there. So I say creator. The creator of all, the creator of me, meant for us to have a good life. And of course, things went to hell in a handbasket. You all know the story. But he still gave us the ability, the brains, the capacity, the voice, the thoughts, the imagination to be able to create our world the best that we can around us. So it's time for me to evolve, especially in my taking care of my um, bodily well-being and how I present myself to enhance my career. Right now, YouTube is my career, and I'm still waiting on my music. By the way, I did. They're in the process of getting it to me, so I can sing my songs without copyright restrictions and stuff. So I can get that all done. But it's a process, folks. We evolve. Some people evolve faster than others. But I'm in a spot now that I know that if I can't, that like my daughter said, yeah, I was talking to her about, uh, did I need this or did I need? No, I've got everything I need, but I don't have everything I want. And if I mean, I have everything I need, but if I want to better my career, if I want to be able to do this for my job, my career, my content creator, then I need this kind of room. I need this because I told you I have wigs, and I need places to sit down so they're ready. I need a place to sit down and put them on and different things like that to to show you who I am, folks, and to show you that we can have a good life with very little money, and with our words and with our thoughts and stuff. So I and she understood that, and so it's time for me to evolve. And if I can't get that all situated around in the camper and the space I've got, then it's time for a bigger place. And I've already talked to God about it, Creator, the Creator, the ultimate, the one, about a bigger house. And Habakkuk, if you'll read Habakkuk, it says, write your vision down and make it plain. Well, I made it as plain as I could right there at that point in time. But then move on, ask once, because Yeshua said, ye have little faith, that the woman that touched his garment, it wasn't because she touched the garment, it was because she said, if I can just touch. When she knew since she touched that, she was going to be made whole. So he told her, your faith has made you whole. So, everybody that's watching this, tell me when you believe it's time for you to change up things, for your individual life to evolve into something grander, into something, because the whole point of this channel is to rise higher, not go backwards, not give up, but to enhance our lives so that we enhance other people's lives too, and so that we can be comfortable, so we can have a good life, because the Creator said, I would that you choose life. So, well, anyway, remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. Don't let your spirit be broken up by what you're thinking in your heart, because the scripture also says, Proverbs 23:7, as you think in your heart, as you believe in your heart, that's the way you will direct your life to go. Always believe good, and get rid of all the programming that we were brought up with, that we are this way, we were born into poverty, we were this, we were that, and everything that we've been programmed with. Push that out and start putting new stuff in it. Tell yourself a new story. Write a new story for yourself. And if you believe you can, you're right. Or if you believe you can't, you're right. You have a great day. I love y'all. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, and watch the videos. Watch the ads. They don't pay you much. It depends on the ads that you're watching. I think it's like pennies for every view that you view through. But help me inspire other people. I love y'all. Have a great day. You have a great, great, great day. And remember always, if you believe you can, you can. Yeah.